Good morning, everybody, and welcome back for some high-tier Japanese tank gameplay in a battle from the 5th of July where I was grinding towards my Type 90, of course. And real quick, this is prior to the recent reload buff to the Type 74. So just bear that in mind throughout this video. This is from the 5th of July, like I said, so this is well previous to the Type 74 getting a reload speed increase, unfortunately. So still a decent tank with the APF SDS, and Italy is kind of a hit or miss map sometimes, but assuming that people play the objectives, it can actually be a pretty fun and interesting fight. It's when people just beeline straight for the enemy spawn that it kind of ruins the map. But I know a lot of people don't like the map altogether, and I don't like it for some reasons, like the ability to get to the enemy team spawn so easily. But it's a pretty map, which I know doesn't make up for terrible gameplay, but it's nice that they actually put some effort into the map, and I think with some slight modifications, I think this map is going to end up being a decent map. I think a lot of people don't like it because it's brand new, but it's not all bad. At any rate, I'm starting out in my Type 74, of course, and we're rolling on in towards the sea point. Previously, I had been almost always going up north in this map, so I decided to change things up a little and go down south and see if I could change my change things around a little bit and basically just learn the south part of the map.
Enemy forces have captured a zone. Allied forces have captured a zone.
So we pulled off the first cap. It's a good start. Wait and reload my smoke. Cover myself behind me to the south there, just to make sure that when I get my smoke reloaded again, I can turn around and drive away forward and not get shot in the back. And away we went. Now, immediately to my side, people are calling for backup, and there's enemy tanks getting marked, so guess I won't have to go very far to find enemy contact. I was heading up towards the B point, but I think we're going to have to do a little bit of fighting here at sea still. Like that Object 120 that just got knocked out. That's a little bit scary. Or maybe this Chieftain dead ahead of me. Oh, what a beautiful shot he gave me. Thank you, Sir Chieftain. And what's that I hear? Sounds like more Chieftains nearby. Well, turns out we can't exactly go this way. Neat little hiding spot, though, if you wanted to sit in here and defend the sea point, although not 100% hidden, but that's a pretty good little ambush spot if you want to park in there and defend the cap, I guess. So as you can see, our team all the way up north at A did really well. Although at least a couple of them were able to respawn, so all is not lost. Though I would say that all is not well either. But we've got a chance. There we go. I knew there was something that my team was fighting up there, and it seems to be dealt with. And we've got plenty of guys down south at sea, so we're going to push it north and see what we can do about the B point, which is quite obviously now being contested. Got enemy air coming in. High to the left there. Well, now getting lower to the left. But I can't really worry about that at the moment, as we have got a pretty critical ground situation to take care of. Damn near opened fire on him as soon as he came busting by there, but thankfully his blue name showed up quickly enough. Ah, what's this?
Attention
Why, it's another beautiful shot into a chieftain. Thank you again, chieftain drivers. And what's this? Why, it's a Type 60... Boo. Couldn't quite get the shot on the Type 65, which would have been a real pretty kill to get. But, as I know there is an enemy aircraft up, and we probably could use a little bit of large bomb strikes on large tanks like, oh, say, T-10Ms, I'm going to come back in the old Kika and see what I can do about ending some of the dangerous ground threats coming in towards the only cap that we do hold, and maybe even clear the way for one of the caps that we don't. I mean, it is a pretty map. There's the T-10. You can see his gun barrel sticking out. He hasn't moved. Don't have a good approach at him, so we'll have to come around. And there's a ZSU-57 getting killed, which looks like it was near the same spot, or maybe that's the T-10 on fire. I can't tell. Now, I'm coming in a little too low here, and I really... There's my target. There's the T-10. I am too low and too fast and not going to pull up in time, and I'm really trying to do that a lot less. The stupid crashing because I'm coming in too low on my bombing runs. I really hate suicide bombing, and I am not doing it intentionally, and I'm really trying to work on not coming in quite so low. But at any rate, as I was grinding for my Type 90, I was also trying to get my Cheeto spaded out, and that's why I drove it and had it in my lineup at all as a second vehicle. And I drove it here instead of the STV one that I have, which has got a tailsman on it, simply for the fact that I was trying to grind out modifications and get the research bonus. So we're down quite a few players on our team, but we have now captured 2 points. So we're doing okay. There's a dangerous Object 906 somewhere that I don't know where it is. I'm capable of killing it with the Type 4 co-shell that I have, but I kind of need to know where the Object 906 is, because I don't really want to go chasing him down with a Cheeto. Be much better to know where he actually is. So he had just killed a Panther II, and I'm trying to get the Panther II to say, hey, where is the guy? Please, say something. Say something about where the guy is that just killed you, but naturally nothing doing. Now, obviously somebody's on C. So a little artillery prep ahead of myself, and move on in. Now hopefully I either chase the dude off the cap, or maybe even kill him. I did get a hit, which at least lets me know it's not the Object 906 capping, or that if the Object 906 is there, he's not alone, because that was a medium marked by my artillery at sea, so I at least know that. Oh, and by the way, I'm putting out a few older videos from all my time grinding with Japan, simply because I built up a whole big to-do list of Japanese tank battles, and I didn't want to just have Japanese battle after Japanese battle after Japanese battle a whole bunch in a row, so I'm spacing out the Japanese tank battles a little bit more. So they'll be slightly older, but that way I can also intersperse other nations, so it's not just all Japan, and I can space out all my videos a little better. So I'm not sure what was actually capping here, except that whatever it was is now on B. So I'm going to see if I can chase it down, because obviously there isn't any enemy at C anymore. And presumably whatever it was moved north and went for B. So with a D cap going on C, I'd rather move in and see if we can do something about stopping them at B, and then go and recap the C point later on in a minute. And then we took the A point, so that sort of changed things a little. And I figure, alright, since they also did the old decap on B and apparently left the cap open as a trap to entice our guys to come in, what I'll do is put some artillery down where I suspect the enemy to be, and move in and cap, and then I got hit in the back and set on fire, and also got strafed, so that's probably going to be the end of my poor Cheeto. Although it somehow sustained quite a few hits and survived them, so not really sure why, but I'm glad that it did, because that gave me a chance to come back in another vehicle. So with the enemy airplane overhead, I love when the spawn gives you an instant return to battlefield. With the enemy airplane overhead and the capability to do pretty good damage to things like Chieftains and Object 906s, I elected to come back in my Type 87. Because I'm also trying to grind out research mods on this thing too, so. Oh, you beautiful thing. Just sit there and hang in the air, please. Just hang in that stall. Yes. That's right. So we'll see what I can do about moving in towards the B point, because I want to decap the one where the enemy is, where the one the enemy holds, and then maybe move on to the C point after that. But we have a guy at C who's probably engaging with the enemies there. And we've got a guy moving into B. So B is getting decapped, so now I can detour and head over towards the C point and help out my teammate at C, because I know there's at least one, probably two enemy tanks left there. At least one that I can reliably deal with my Type 87 in the Chieftain, and one that's a bit more dangerous in the T-54, but maybe I can kill it. I mean, I can certainly nail it and set it on fire from behind, at least. There's the T-54 down at C. That's good. And there's not the T-54 at C, it was the T-54 at B. So that really sucked. But what are you going to do when you run into a frontal T-54? Unfortunately with SPAA. So we're holding the B point. I know where the T-54 is. I'm going to come in for him now with my R2-Y2. And see if I can give a little bit of CAS support to my friend here in front of me from Beehive, who's got a T-54 pretty close to him that I don't want him to run into by surprise. The team takes A, and that's good. Very big contributions towards our victory, towards our comeback, which is now, seems like it is actually going to be a thing. Didn't see any enemy tanks on my first pass pull up, so I can turn around and look behind me and watch for anything moving. I spot an enemy airplane, which is a thing. Make a run in on him. It's an IL-2. He's turning a little bit low below me, and that becomes a dangerous turn. So bail off that attack and switch back down to ground attack. The IL-2 that low is certainly not going to pull into a climb and come after me. And there, we've got a moving target down there on the ground by B. Let's go deliver him a present. Compliments of the Emperor. Or maybe the Prime Minister. Kind of a combination of both with this lineup. And at least I took him out with my bomb and didn't crash. So, slight vindication. Or not really vindication, but I can't think of the word I want. Anyway, making up for the suicide bomb with the Kika earlier. So now, all that really remains with the enemy tickets almost gone is to find that IL-2 who was awfully low. There he is. Got him in sight. Now let's go catch him in his climb while we're capturing the third point. And we'll just shred him real quick for another air kill before the battle ends. I'm not sure what the Russians' obsession was with climbing into a stall during this battle, but works for me. And a very nice comeback by the team here. Good work by an outnumbered team. Good work all around. Those guys stuck to the caps and finished them off, and we ended up pulling off a pretty good victory. Very well done by my team there. Soccer ball was from the World Cup event of 2018 in the summer, so. Not bad at all. 7,500 and 7,000, respectively, in vehicle modification research. I did, of course, have a 150% research booster on, so that definitely helped, but also getting 4 ground kills and 2 air kills and a capture helped all the research score that I got, so wasn't a bad battle at all. It looked a little grim towards the middle, but everything came together quite nicely by the end of it. Hope you guys like this one. I look forward to bringing you more War Thunder very soon. I'd like to thank you all for stopping by and watching this video. Take care, everybody, and as usual, I hope you all have a great day. See you next time.